The pen was heavier than it should have been. Blue ink, black table, glass walls that made everything feel exposed. Her lawyer slid the papers toward me with a polite smile that didn't reach his eyes. My wife didn't look at me. She stared at the window, jaw tight, fingers locked together like she was afraid they'd confess something before her mouth did. I want the house. Pause. The accounts. Both cars. Another pause. Longer this time. Then she said it. I don't want the child. The room shifted. Not violently, subtly, like pressure changing before a storm. I didn't react. No flinch, no question, no argument. I picked up the pen. That's when her lawyer froze. Not dramatically, just a slight hitch in his breath. His eyes flicked to her, then to me, then back to the papers like they had suddenly rearranged themselves. I signed. The pen scratched once. Final, clean. She exhaled like she'd been holding her breath for months. I remember thinking how calm my hand was, how practiced this moment felt. As the papers slid back across the table, I felt it again. That quiet certainty that had been following me for weeks. The truth always arrives before the explanation. It hadn't started with suspicion. It started with absence. She began leaving her phone face down. Not hiding it, just repositioning it, like muscle memory. She stopped correcting me when I called the baby mine. That was the first crack. I told myself it was stress. Pregnancy does that. Distance, silence, mood shifts that feel personal but aren't. Except hers were precise. She stopped asking when I'd be home. Stopped caring if I noticed her leaving early. And one night, just once, I heard her whisper a name she'd never said to me. I didn't sleep after that. I watched instead. The way she touched her stomach when she thought no one was looking. Not tender, protective, defensive. The way she avoided mirrors when I was behind her. The way she smiled at messages she never opened near me. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is loud. It warns people. I needed quiet. The night I found the clinic receipt, folded inside a coat pocket she hadn't worn in months, I understood something important. She wasn't afraid of losing me. She was afraid of timing. That's when the idea of divorce entered the room, long before she said the word out loud. By the time she finally did, sitting across from me with rehearsed calm and legal language, I already knew one thing with absolute clarity. She didn't want the child because the child wasn't supposed to be mine. I just hadn't proven it yet. And proof, I've learned, is the most patient form of revenge. I didn't rush the truth. Truth panics when chased. It makes mistakes. So I waited. I booked the test quietly. Private lab. Cash payment. No insurance trail. I told her it was routine blood work. Something. The doctor requested, just to be safe. She didn't question it. Why would she? People who lie for a living stop fearing questions. The results took 9 days. 9 mornings of watching her rehearse a future without me. 9 nights of listening to her sleep, while my mind dismantled everything we'd built. When the email arrived, I didn't open it immediately. I already knew. But knowing and seeing are different things. The report was clinical, cold, percentages and probabilities. No biological relation. I closed the laptop and made coffee. That's when I decided how this would end. The divorce meeting wasn't about loss. It was about placement. She thought she was negotiating power. She didn't realize she was being positioned. When she said she didn't want the child, her voice cracked, not from guilt, but relief. She was cutting the loose end before it could unravel her. I watched her lawyer's face when I signed without resistance. He saw it then. Something wasn't right. After the signatures dried, I reached into my briefcase. One envelope. Thin, white, unassuming. I almost forgot, I said calmly, sliding it across the table. For your records? Her lawyer opened it. Read once, then again. His color drained. He didn't look at me. He looked at her. What is this? She asked, already knowing the answer by the way the room had gone quiet. A paternity report, he said. His voice was different now. Careful. Distant. She laughed once, sharp, defensive. That's impossible. I finally met her eyes. No, I said softly. Divorce was. Her breath stuttered. She reached for the paper like she could crush the truth by touching it. You knew? She whispered. I knew before you asked for everything, I said. I knew before you said you didn't want the child. Silence swallowed the room. The lawyer cleared his throat. This changes several things. Yes, I said. It does. I stood. I didn't yell. Didn't accuse. I didn't need to. The law doesn't care about love, but it cares deeply about fraud. As I walked out, I heard her sob for the first time in months. Not because she lost me, because she lost control. Weeks later, the house was empty. Not sold, returned. The accounts were frozen pending investigation. The cars repossessed until ownership cleared. And the child? Not mine. Never was. I feel nothing when I think about her now. No anger, no grief. Just a clean, quiet distance, like standing on the other side of thick glass, watching someone scream in a room you can't hear anymore. Some people think revenge is fire. They're wrong. The cold is far more permanent.